Welcome back. This is Kyle again with VanVleet Insurance Agency here in Richmond, Indiana. And today we'll be talking about your plan options in 2014. This year you have basically two options. Every option will fall into two categories, either ACA compliant or non-compliant. If the plans are ACA compliant, it basically means that there will be no fine that you'll be subject to. If it's non-compliant, you will be subject to the fine. If you're not sure what the fine is, check out my other webinar entitled Penalties. We're going to look at the ACA compliant plans today. These are plans that abide by the Affordable Care Act or Obamacare. These all have all the essential health benefits, no pre-existing conditions, guarantee issue, the whole 9 yards. When you're looking at compliant plans, within this category you have two options, either on exchange or off exchange. Again, whichever way you decide, you're not going to be charged a penalty for. If you're on exchange and you qualify for subsidies, you can utilize your subsidies on exchange. If you're off exchange, if you buy an off exchange plan, you cannot utilize subsidies. If you're not sure about your subsidy, ask your agent. They'll be more than happy to walk you through a quote to see if you might qualify for subsidies or not and what the subsequent price of the policy would be. In Wayne County, Indiana, which is where we're located, we have one option on exchange. That's Anthem right now. Anthem in our area has some pros and cons. The pros being cost. With or without subsidies, Anthem's a little bit cheaper than the off exchange. With subsidies, they can be substantially cheaper or free. The problem is, the cons on Anthem is that their network's really poor. In 2014, Anthem set up their own HMO network called Pathway X just for these specific on-exchange plans. And that HMO network is very restricted. Around here, we get into issues with our local hospitals and some of the doctors that are out of network. And it kind of forces people who decide to go this route to have to go to outside areas, Henry County and such. Off exchange, the plans actually look quite nice in terms of their benefits. The networks, we have two options. One is Assurant Health, which utilizes the Aetna network, and Humana, which utilizes their own Humana network. Both networks are quite a bit better than Anthem. Assurant being the better network, Reed is in network and all the local doctors. Humana, not quite as good as Assurant. But Humana has a nice feature with their catastrophic plan. It's quite a bit cheaper. And so for people who qualify for catastrophic plans, those under the age of 30 or who have a hardship exemption, who qualify to take out a catastrophic plan, Humana can be a better option. Then we come over here, quickly touch on non-compliant plans, and those plans are non-major medical plans. So any major medical plan that is not ACA compliant, for the most part, they've been done away with. So you're looking at non-major medical plans. Short-term health insurance, which in the state of Indiana and Ohio, you can take out for 6-month periods, but the problem is, every 6 months you have to reapply, and so you have to go back through medical underwriting. If you have a bad condition that developed, you might not get accepted back. So beware of the short-term policies because of that. The other major non-compliant plan would be an indemnity-style plan. Again, premiums are nice and cheap. They're relatively easy to get. The problem is they have a per-claim limit. So you might have something like a $2,000 per day hospital limit, which for a standard stay at the hospital might be sufficient. However, if you also have heart surgery during that stay, you might miss your limit and be out of pocket quite a bit. So those are decent options for some people, but just keep in mind they are limited in terms of their benefits. So, this was Kyle with VanVleet Insurance. Thank you for watching.